Hello and welcome to this introduction to understanding search engine optimization, or SEO. I want to begin today's presentation by just looking at some of the reasons why you as a business owner may want to consider using a strong internet and SEO strategy in your business marketing. So let's begin by looking at what Bloomberg says about startup businesses. And what they're saying is that 80% of businesses fail within the first 18 months. And you've got to ask the question, why does that happen? Well, according to Bloomberg's reason number one, and the top of their list, is that business owners are not really in touch with their customers. They actually don't know what their customers want, need, or how they shop. The second reason is that there's no real differentiation in the market between your product or your offering and your nearest competitor. And if your competitor's been in the business for a lot longer than you, then there is a much stronger trust component with that supplier or business than there is with you. Reason number three is a failure to communicate your value propositions to your clients or consumers. Reason number four, there's a breakdown in the way you run your business. Number five, an inability to nail a profitable business model. In other words, you might be selling product, but you may not be doing it profitably, and that will eventually cause your business to fail. Reason number six, you're trying to be all things to all people. And reason number seven is that you don't understand your market. So in short, what all of that means is that businesses are failing to communicate their products or their services effectively with their customers, and that's impacting on their overall ability to stay in business. And finally, businesses are failing to deliver what the market wants. So why is SEO important for your business? You've probably already got a website and maybe a Facebook page, but why is the SEO component important for you? Well, currently there's about 40% of the world's population has an internet connection. That's a huge amount of people, and we'll look at that in a moment. 81% of shoppers conduct their online research before buying. So they're going to hunt the internet to find out what services there are, what pricing there is, what feedback there is on your particular business or your competitor's business, and so on. The internet provides you with an effective tool to communicate your message to your consumer. It's also a really great tool to discover new trends in the industries and also identify what your consumers or potential buyers are looking for. SEO will drive consumers to your business website. The job is up to you to make the conversion. And of course, just getting back to that 40% of the world's population, that equates to about 3.2 billion people are using the internet worldwide. So what is search engine optimization? It's the process of driving traffic to your website. We do that through all sorts of different strategies, including image searches, local searches, video searches, web searches, industry specific searches, and so on. And the idea is to get your page ranking as high as possible in the search engines using a natural or organic process, because if you don't do it organically, the search engines will penalize you. So what is SEO? Back in the day, we had these things called books. And books had these things in the back of them called indexes. So if we were looking for a particular topic or subject in a book, we would go to the index, look it up, find the page, and go directly to the page. So when you're thinking search engine, I want you to think of index. All the search engines is this massive online index of every page, key phrases, terms, and words that are just stored on these massive index servers. People like Google have these little bots that are called spiders, and they go out looking at all the new pages that are on the websites. They look at existing pages to see what content's been changed, and they look for all of the text, the words, the relevance, and so on, and put those into their index, just as we used to with books at the back of the book with the index page. So this is how it works. You as a consumer, you type in a search query. The search engine that you're using scans its index for words in the search query that it can relate to. It then selects documents that have relevant information in them to the query that you've put in. It then sorts those documents by PageRank and other signals, and then shows those results on your web browser. So just like you would go to a book, look at the back of the index, find the appropriate query, find which is most important to you in terms of the ranking, and then you'd go and look at the page. So let's have a look at some of the things that we actually use to help you rank on your website. And the first one, which you'll probably be familiar with, is this thing called keywords. Now, keywords are a very important component. They're not all of the be all and end all of SEO, but they are very important. And to understand keywords, I'm just going to use this graph and diagram to show you what is important and how to improve your keywords. We have high cost and high competition keywords. We have low cost, low risk. We have low probability of conversion and high probability of conversion. So let's just look at what that means in real terms. If you put a keyword in there for shoes and people go searching for I want to buy shoes or shoes, you're going to get a lot of hits coming up from the search engines because shoes is a very, very widely used word. What that means is in order to rank your page for shoes on page 1, you're going to have to put a lot of cost and resources into making that happen. So to make it a bit easier, we use 1 or 2 word phrases. So for example, in this case, men's shoes. That's going to narrow down the search from just shoes to only men's shoes. So it wipes out all the women's, children's shoes and so on. And it still is a fairly high cost component because you've got to start thinking about outranking everybody else in the world that sells men's shoes. And the way we do that is we use what are called descriptive phrases as keywords. So men's red Nike running shoes. If someone's typing in that search criteria, then you have a much higher potential of converting that client into a buyer simply because they're already what we call a warm lead. And you've already got that particular keyword phrase in your search engine optimization on your pages. Another thing that we tend to use are these things called social signals. Now these are the likes, pins, votes, shares, retweets, and so on that appear in social media. And social media plays a very important role in developing an SEO strategy. And this diagram kind of shows what we need to do. So you've got your website sitting in the middle and it's linked to all of your social media pages. And the more social media pages you have, the more social signals you're going to get. And that means you're going to rank higher in the search engines. We use these things called backlinks. And backlinks are hyperlinks on someone else's website that leads straight back to your web page. And it could be, for example, your Facebook page has got a URL link directly back to your web page. Or it could be a supplier that you're using has got you listed as one of their preferred suppliers and they put a backlink directly to your website. Backlinks are important and you need to have quality backlinks because these are the things that help the search engines look for relevant content in the indexing that they do. Another one that we use is a thing called anchor text, and these are clickable hypertext links within the context of pages. In this particular example here, I've taken a page off our website for a case study on a company called Bloodscan, and we've put 2 hyperlinks in there, or anchor text. Those anchor texts lead directly back to our client site, and because we have a trusted domain with our SEO site, then our clients will rank more highly because the backlink or the anchor text is coming from a highly respected domain. So the big question that I get asked all the time, is SEO an ongoing process? Do I have to keep working at it? Well, the short answer to that now is yes. You'll need to continually work on developing content, backlinks, keywords, social signals, and so on if you want your site to be recognized by Google and all the other search engines. And Google, for example, if they see a drop in your activity online, then they will demote your rankings, and it happens pretty quickly. It can happen within 60 days or less. So that's basically it from me today. I hope that that's brought some clarity to the whole concept of SEO, and we look forward to helping you out in the future.